Hello, folks, and welcome to the Centennial Center here in Milledgeville, Georgia, on the beautiful campus of Georgia College and State University. Sam Jones here with you on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Glad to be with you for the final game of our 2017 Bobcat crossover. Bobcats dropped the first game of the crossover last night. That was a tough one to Queens, the number 2 team in the country. They got a little bit of a test, though, today, right here in the Centennial Center a few moments ago. The Nighthawks came in and gave the Royals a run for their money. Game ended without a 10-point spread by the end of it, by score. Did not show the true story there. Nighthawks very, very good all day. Gave the Royals everything they could handle. Was close up until about minute 2. Meanwhile, yesterday for North Georgia, everything was close up until about the final, extra minute, really. We went into overtime as Emmanuel came in and gave the Nighthawks all they could handle. That one went into overtime after Emmanuel came back. A furious comeback for them a couple of times, really, for the Lions, as 3-ball after 3-ball continued to rain down on the Nighthawks throughout the day. But eventually Emmanuel fell in that one, so both teams entered today with an 0-1 record and an interesting matchup. Of course, Georgia College, very defensive-minded, very slow offensively, I guess is the way to put it right now. They will wait until just about the 5th second is up on the board on the shot clock before deciding to really get things going, it seems like. Emmanuel, meanwhile, is going to shoot just about as quick as they can. They put up 37 three-point attempts yesterday, made 13 of those. Really showed well in the first half, 46.2% from behind the arc in half number 1 for Emmanuel, part of a big comeback there. They were down 24-9 yesterday to North Georgia before taking off and actually taking the lead before the buzzer sounded, and both teams said in the locker room at the half. North Georgia got back out in front again late in the second half. Emmanuel came roaring back, tied things up, and sent that one to overtime before the Lions fell in that one. Again, Georgia College got pretty much everything they can handle from Queens. It was a rough night for them, 89-53 the final, and that one a good chance to rebound today, though, against the NCCAA third place winners last year in Emmanuel. Apologies for a short delay there. Go ahead and give you a look at today's starting lineups for both teams. For the visiting Lions, first off, a point guard, a junior, checking in at 5'11" from Tallahassee, Florida, Austin Green. Number 2, Curtis Robinson, gets a start as well. He was phenomenal yesterday for Emmanuel. Curtis yesterday in 38 minutes, 8 of 15 from the floor, 24 points. Second only to Elijah Robinson, who does not get the start today, it would appear. Emerson McClung starts, the junior guards from Alpharetta, Florida, checks in at 6'4". It's a lanky 6'4", too. Sam Turner starts as well, 6'8", junior from Derby, England, coming across the pond to play for Emmanuel. Colton Collins, the sophomore guard, 6'3", Yorkville, Illinois, gets a start as well. For the Bobcats today, Jordan Thomas starts things off for the Cats, as 6'1" freshman from Conyers, Georgia. Jordan was absolutely phenomenal yesterday for the first half. It seemed like 14 points in that one before slowing down in the second half. Nothing doing for Jordan that one. The Queens really started to seem to key on him. Until then, Jordan shooting lights out from behind the arc, made 4 threes yesterday. He was the bright spot yesterday in a very, very tough loss for the Cats. Isaac Thomas gets the start. Isaac very good everywhere else but scoring the ball yesterday. Picked up 5 assists, 6 rebounds, only 1 point on the night. Did not have a field goal. Queens all over him very early. Chapin Ryerson, freshman, gets the start. Desmond Mitchell of Flem starts at point guard, and Justin Cave gets the start at guard. 3 freshmen in the starting 5 for the Bobcats. We'll see how it goes. There's 7 new faces on this Bobcat team. Of the 8 returning players, only 2 of them in the starting lineup today. Got a lot to work on, got a lot to see here as we head into our final game of the crossover. Going to be an interesting one. Bobcats versus Emmanuel coming up in just a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me.
National Anthem wraps up, and a happy Veterans Day to all of you listening out there. Glad you decided to join us on a rainy Saturday in Millville. Hopefully it's nice where you are. And we're glad you're taking some time, instead of watching some college football, to take in some Bobcat basketball with us here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Again, Sam Jones with you. Riding solo today. Jason Thornton up in the Hawks Nest, pressing the ones and twos. Big thanks to Jason, as always, for the work he does. Starting lineups being announced, and we're just about ready to go in the Centennial Center. Be interesting to see how Georgia College defends the three-ball. Queens torched them from behind at the arc. The rotations were not there yesterday, but of course Queens, number 2 in the country, one of the very best shooting teams in the country. The best scoring team in the entire nation last year, averaged 87-plus points per game. They shot 51.6% from behind the line yesterday. From behind the arc, rather, 51.6%, folks. That is not a typo. That is over half their shots from behind the arc went in. It seemed like everything was falling for the Royals. Queens not as good of a shooting team. Still, they're going to fire up a whole lot of threes. Bobcats are going to have to defend the perimeter very, very well today if they want to come out with their first win of the season. Bruce Benedict, our head referee for today, former catcher for the Atlanta Braves, way back in the day. Emmanuel in navy blue uniforms today, red striping. Yellow outline, Bobcats in the all-white get-ups. Green numbers, blue trim. Isaac Thomas and Sam Turner will do the honors on the tip. Underway, and Bobcats take possession first. Desmond Mitchell LaFlemme takes the ball up for the Cats. To Justin Cave, one of the freshmen, down low to Thomas. Thomas goes up and rolls it in. Nice start for the Cats. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead against Queens before things started to roll off the rails a little bit. But good to see Isaac get on board for his first field goal of the season. Kind of hard to believe that's a true statement so far. But good to get Isaac rolling. Down low, and it's Robinson. He's blocked. Picked back up by McClung. Now back out and back around to Turner. Turner for 3. Off the mark, rebound Cave. Here's Jordan Thomas, the standout freshman so far of this 7-class bunch. Thomas going to pull up immediately, almost, but far off the rim. Turner. Now back over to McClung. McClung looking for space. Thomas defended it well. Collins kicks it out. Turner thought about it. Thought better of it. Now it's Green. Now Robinson. Bobcats defending very well. Robinson drives in. Turner goes up for a shot. Blocked by Thomas. Isaac Thomas with a big block. Chapin Ryerson charging ahead. Chapin Ryerson off the glass. Nice start for the Cats. And Green drove but didn't get a chance to finish it. Sam Turner called for the illegal screen. Desmond Mitchell-Flem getting into it with the fan a little bit there. Ball back in though, no worries. Ryerson at top of the key. Finds DML. Down low to Thomas. Thomas on Turner. Isaac Thomas hook shot, yes. Isaac Thomas feeling good today. 4 points already for the big man. 6-0 lead for the Bobcats. Robinson, cross court, stolen by Flem. DML looking for options. Pulls it back, they'll reset. Cave coming across. Thomas, fake the mid-range, now backing down again. Dispossessed, but right to Ryerson. 9 seconds left on the clock. Down to 5. Ryerson pulls up for 3. Missed it. Austin Green leading the charge for the Lions. McClung in the corner. Driving. Pulls up and one for McClung. Nice play from the junior coming in off the wing. That foul. Not sure who was pinned on. McClung makes both. Foul it up on Thomas, his first. That's Isaac Thomas. Hard to manage the two Thomases on this team. They're both going to see a lot of action today. A lot of action this season. As the Thomases go, so do the Bobcats, I think. DML looking for options. Thomas thought about 3, got a man off his feet, but couldn't get the shot off in time. Oh no, he got fouled. Shot clock has been malfunctioning all week. But the buzzer sounded. Instead, Thomas to the line for 2. Foul on McClung, his first. Isaac already with 5. 5 points, that is. A 3 score. Robinson. Colton Collins. Curtis Robinson driving in. Takes it out. Back to Robinson down by the baseline. Robinson on Isaac Thomas. Tries to float it over Thomas. It was a rainbow. Nothing doing. Now Cave with a rebound heading the other way quickly. Mitchell-Flem directing traffic. Into Thomas. Thomas turning. Turns it back out to Dez. Around the perimeter goes Justin Cave. Ryerson pulls up from mid-range. Yes! 10-3 Bobcats. Nice start. And a stark contrast to what we saw yesterday from this team. Cave getting Collins up in a tangle. He was able to send it off to Green. Now back to Collins. Collins driving in. A mess of Bobcats there. And a charge. Nice job by Desmond Mitchell-Flem to get position. Collins his first foul. And that's our first media timeout. Cole Roberts will check into the game for the Bobcats. When we come back, Bobcats with a good start. 10-3, Cats on top.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Bobcats back on the floor. Cole Roberts into the game for Georgia College. 10-3 lead. Roberts gets his first touch of the day. Swings it back out to Ryerson. Over to DML. Garrett DeBowles also checks in for the Cats. Gets his first touch. Thomas into Ryerson. Ryerson swarmed by Nathan Williams. And Nathan Williams, first entry in the stat sheet today is for a reaching foul. Williams and Samuel check in for Emmanuel out of the timeout. Thomas, bad pass on the inbound. He's had trouble with that a few times so far this year, including in the exhibition game over at Georgia Southern. Now McClung in the corner for 3. Missed long, and Cole Roberts, the big man, there to pull it down. Thomas going to pull up. Yes, sir. Jordan Thomas, the sharpshooter for Georgia College, continues to impress as a freshman. Here's Williams over to Turner. Looping around is Austin Green. Green, double teamed. DML takes the ball away. It's on the line. No, Green was on the line. Excellent defense on the trap from Ryerson and DML. And Bryce Booker will check into the game. Chapin Ryerson. Ryerson leads the game with 4 points to his name. DML. And a great cut from Thomas. How about that from Jordan Thomas? Excellent backdoor move. 15-3 Bobcats. Brand new day in Milledgeville, it seems like. Worlds away from what happened last night. Turner going to pull up for 3. Yes. Emmanuel can get back into it quickly. We saw that yesterday with North Georgia. A 24-9 lead for the Nighthawks. Dissipated very quickly. Bobcats up 9, though. And another backdoor cut. Booker couldn't find a shot. Out to Thomas for 3. No. Booker with the rebound, though. Bobcats with the chance for some second chance points. Booker on the far side, all the way over to DML. Dez down to DeBowles. DeBowles going to take it up. DeBowles lost control. Roberts picked it up, and now Booker with an easy jumper. (17-6) Bobcats. In the corner, Williams missed it short. And Cole Roberts gets another rebound. Cole somehow didn't travel there. Made a whole bunch of herky-jerky motions, but kept his feet in an off-the-ball foul on the Bowles. Back to Emmanuel. Austin Green out. In comes Jack Fitzpatrick for the Lions. We have a very special guest joining us on the broadcast.
Hey, Sam. How you doing, man?
Today, Wendell?
Doing great, man. Thank you. Thanks for letting me join in a little bit. I heard you say a world of difference between yesterday and today, and so far so good.
So far so good. 11-point lead for the Bobcats. At this point yesterday, it seemed like Queens had already hit about 15 threes.
Yeah, they really played well, and
Samuel trapped in the middle of the paint.
Yeah, 3 seconds. Yeah, you rarely see 3 seconds, but he sort of got stuck in there. But, yeah, and I thought North Georgia did a good job of controlling tempo today. Mm-hmm. You got to get Queens to play in the 60s and 70s to have a chance because they're just so good.
Bobcats couldn't quite limit the chances for the Royals yesterday, but doing a nice job controlling the tempo so far. Going to have to work on the off-the-ball fouls, though. Looks like Booker called for a push.
Yeah, good call right there. It was isolation, and you know you couldn't see from our angle, but he had that arm out, and he just sort of arm barred him in the back.
It's Bryce's first foul of the day. Just over 7 minutes gone. Bobcats up 11. Emmanuel still looking for a spark offensively. It won't come there. Jane dispossessed, rather. Bryce Booker being hounded by Williams. Austin Dukes into the game for the Cats.
See, I like that by Bryce right there. We didn't have anything, and now we ultimately get the ball inside. We're not going to go to the free throw line, but because we're not in the bonus. But I like that. Again, tempo. We're a tempo team. If you go back, Sam, and look at our record last year, any game that got out of the 70s, I bet you we didn't win it. But any game that stayed in the 60s, we won every one of them, I bet.
Bobcats did have the best defense in the conference last year, averaged about 64 points per game defensively. And you're right, when we keep things low, keep things steady, it's the way we like to play, and can usually come out with a W. Dukes pulls up for three. Off the back iron. The rebounded by Isaac Thomas, and puts it back in.
Nice hustle play by Garrett right there. Nice tip, by the way. That was just a really alert tip.
Curtis Robinson thought about pulling up, instead drives, kicks it out, and passes it to Cole Roberts on the Bobcat bench. 19-6 and a timeout taken. Well, that's our media timeout at 11:45. Bobcats with a 13-point lead. Back in just a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
19-6 Bobcat lead into the second media timeout. Bobcats are first back on the floor. And Wendell, so far so good.
Yeah, and I want to go back to what you talked about. We were number one in the conference in defense. We're the national leaders, I believe. Mm-hmm. And Sam, it's the old saying, you got to dance for who brought you to the party. And defense brings us to the party. So we got to be loyal to our date, if you will, when we get to the party. And last night, tempo and defense, I would say. And really the same thing happened to our women today. Our women got in a jam up there, and thought we played well last night, but tempo got us today.
Tough loss for the Bobcat women today, I heard.
Yeah, it was rough.
Booker going to pull up from the corner, spotted up, almost hit it, in and out. Thomas fighting for the rebound. Instead it falls to Curtis Robinson. Emmanuel moving quickly, trying to push the tempo a bit, but Emmanuel can't hold on to the ball.
Now, I like how we started the game with an isolation for Ike. You know, if I would have told you he and Dez are going to have 1 point last night, you would have said, "Okay, you're crazy," and I would have agreed with you. So obviously we're not going to win against anybody if that happens. So good chance to regroup today.
Booker mid-range shot off the mark. Robinson will take it the other way. Robinson full steam ahead. Easy layup off the glass. No one picked him up.
Yeah, transition defense again. That was a bit of a struggle for us last night as well. Now Emmanuel's going to the zone, and I want to see how we attack this.
Looks like they're really trying to defend the perimeter. 3-2 zone.
Again, you got to use ball fakes. You got to get the ball inside. Ooh, I thought that was off of us there, Sam.
Maybe a little bit of a lucky break.
Yeah.
Bobcats it on the ball. Chapin Ryerson checks in for Garrett DeBoles.
So 11 seconds on the shot clock. Got to have key awareness here. So our point guard's got to take care of right now. I don't believe we see that.
Dukes.
Okay, the crowd's saying it.
Justin Cave pulls up from way deep. Almost did it.
Yeah, you need a better look than that there, Sam. You know, a contested jump shot. We got to penetrate those gaps. Emmanuel now back, and we're making them play half court, and that's a good thing.
Pull up from Fitzpatrick in a corner three, and here comes Emmanuel. We saw it yesterday. The threes just started pouring in. North Georgia didn't know it hit him.
So at the 10-minute mark, Emmanuel's on a 44-point pace. I'll take that all day long.
Thomas cutting in, got the ball knocked out of his hand. Was he fouled? Yes, he was, ahead of the line.
Yeah, I like that. Ike's on the line to have 10 points within the first 10 minutes. And if we're going to be effective, Ike's got to be attacking. And quite honestly, he's got to be selfish. I mean, he's got to attack the basket. I used to tell Terrell that, man, if you're not scoring, we're not going to be any good. And so Ike needs to do the same thing for us. Good player.
Jordan Thomas will check in for Justin Cave. Freshman for freshman, and a whole lot of freshmen on this team with him.
Yeah, we do. We got good depth. We got good length. I think we got a good ball club. We didn't show it last night. So I'm glad we're coming out to a good start today.
It's a tough start of the year to go down to Georgia Southern, then face the number 2 team in Division II. Have to take a couple beatings every now and then, I guess, to kind of get yourself set with a bunch of new folks in. Samuel driving in, Thomas with a good defense. Robinson goes to the floor and is able to pick it up.
Speaking of Southern, that's going to be a foul on somebody there. Us.
Looked like Isaac with a push.
That was 4.
We'll give it to Jordan Thomas.
Yeah.
Maybe off the ball there.
Yeah. Southern beat Wake last night by 2, and Queens lost to Wake by 2. So, and I can see all that. Southern and Queens, not a lot of difference. If you were down there, you know, Southern and Queens both pretty good.
Driving in was number 4 Brandon Simpson. And he may have been bailed out by a foul. No, out of play. Emmanuel retains possession though. Simpson will try it off the screen. Missed the 3. DML there for a rebound.
Yeah, we got lucky there. We didn't tag on that screen, and I know Coach Gaines was trying to talk about that right there. We gave him an open shot. I give credit to Ike for hustling, but we got hung up on that screen.
Matthew Quint into the game for the Bobcats out of the media timeout. Cole Roberts going to pull up.
Good rebound by Ike. Kept the ball above his head. Coach's son right there all day long. Didn't bring it down. And glad to see Cole Roberts have 12 and 6 last night. Again, if we're going to be good, Ike and Cole have to establish his presence and be very, very solid inside. And they are. They're 2 of the better players in the league.
Austin Green checks in for Jack Fitzpatrick at the guard position for the Lions. Thomas on the wing, drops it off to DML for 3. Just short. Thomas coming in. Gets the rebound. Back to DML who pulls up. Yes.
Give that basket to Isaac Thomas right there, man. 2 offensive rebounds in that segment.
And now Emmanuel is going to give the ball right back to the Bobcats. Another turnover.
Well, I just love Ike's effort, getting on the floor. And that's contagious. You know, it just sets the tone for everybody.
Already for the Lions, 9 turnovers. Still have 8:41 left to go in the half. Yesterday they were forcing turnovers. Today, Bobcats receiving a lot of free gifts here. Ryerson. Back to DML around the perimeter, and Roberts almost had the ball taken away. Robinson poked it out of play.
Yeah, you got to attack that zone, and we're just sort of throwing it around the perimeter. You got to work gaps. You got to make the defense move.
Sam Turner in. Number 22, Austin Samuel.
Coach at Emmanuel does a nice job. Been there a long time, and has got a very good program.
15th year for TJ Rosine. Matthew Quint from the corner. Another freshman showing up out of the woodwork to hit a big three.
Yeah, Quint can shoot.
Robinson driving in. Not sure Matthew had any points last night. That might have been his first collegiate field goal there. And a long three from Williams on the way. Too long from him there. Rebound by the Bobcats.
Boy, Isaac's got to have 12 rebounds already, it seems like. But he's gotten everyone. I've seen him at least get 4 since I've been here.
Isaac with 9 points, 5 rebounds on the night so far.
See, nice pass right there.
And the Roberts dropped down to Thomas. Excellent play by the Bobcats to break down the zone.
Again, you got to get inside of that shell, and that's what we did by that pass in there to Cole.
27-11 the score. Robinson driving in. Bobcats say all ball. The referee disagrees. Foul will be given to Isaac, I believe.
Yeah, I got that one, and that shouldn't have been there. We didn't have help. That ball got way too deep. We didn't have help, and that's why we gave that foul up. But at any point, we're in good shape right now, Sam. Early start.
16-point advantage for the Bobcats heading into the media timeout. We'll take a short break. Bat right with you on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
27-11, and so far Isaac Thomas is keeping pace with the Lions. 11 points for Isaac, 11 points for Emmanuel total.
Yeah, that's again, if Ike's off to a good start, I just think his energy means so much to our team. And I just thought he looked hesitant yesterday, if you will. The first couple of games, Sam, and I thought it was that way at Southern. And, when he gets that ball, I want him attacking the basket, and we're in good shape.
Former PBC freshman of the year. Kind of a lot of pressure on Isaac to lead them this season.
Yeah. And again, we've got a balanced attack, but I just believe he's got to be our best scorer.
Averaged about 10.5 last season. One of 5 Bobcats, or 3 Bobcats rather, in double-digit points last year. Robinson went 1 for 1 on the trip to the line. 27-12 now. Bobcats moving the ball well. Thomas backing down Turner. Looking for a white shirt. Somehow found DML. Dez pulls up. Not the shot the Bobcats wanted. Off the front of the rim. And Isaac Thomas going to the floor and getting dirty. Almost picked up a big rebound.
Yeah, Isaac on the floor, that's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. Love his effort.
27-12. Wonder why we haven't seen Elijah Robinson so far for Emmanuel. He had 25 points Yesterday, don't know if there's an injury there, but right now the Emmanuel offense struggling. DML coming back the other way on the fast break.
That's the Dez I remember right there. That was nice.
Shifty move from Dez. He's got such quick lateral movement, moving from side to side. Showed it there.
He does. That lateral movement is really, it's good. Shifty is a good word for him. He's just real.
McClung driving in. Oh, man. Almost a highlight reel dunk. Isaac Thomas knocked him off just enough. And Isaac might be in foul trouble here. That could be 3 for him.
I think it's 2. I'm hoping it's just 2. But
we'll give him 2.
Yeah. But again, he's going to have to come out. But again, that's twice. Both of his fouls are because we didn't control penetration. And we got to have help back there.
McClung to the line, makes his first. Couple Bobcats will come in. His reinforcement. Garrick DeBowles in. Justin Cave in. Matthew Quint and Cole Roberts check out.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Isaac with just 2. I was worried that was 3 as well.
Trade a couple fouls for 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists so far.
Yeah, and again, now he's going to have to play smart with 2 fouls right here.
6:07 left in the first half. Bobcats. An opposite world last night from yesterday as Isaac Thomas pulls up with a mid-range jumper.
Again, I like him being aggressive and thinking score first.
Green driving in. Green. That was a little too easy. Isaac Thomas maybe a little hesitant to go after him that time because of the fouls.
Yeah, and again, that's not Isaac's fault. That's our help side. You know, the helper on the wing there, which was Dez in that situation, has got to step out.
Thomas back to Ryerson. Ryerson fumbled with it. Taken away by Emmanuel. Driving in McClung. Simon was there to pick it up and missed the layup.
And we got lucky there, and I like what Dez is doing right here. Okay, guys, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's come down there and run something. We got a man-to-man, and I'm hoping we're going to go here to Isaac, or at least get the ball inside.
Off the ball foul. Looks like it's going to be attributed to McClung. The Bobcats hit the bonus.
And Garrick on the line, and Garrick had a really good year for us last year. Just one of those guys that just does everything right. Not flashy, doesn't want any credit. Just one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, by the way. Mr. and Mrs. DeBowles, if you're listening, great job. He's just really a super person.
Missed his free throw there. It's still a 2-point, or rather 31-16 lead for the Bobcats. Green driving in. Green fouled by Cole Roberts.
Yeah, again, that's not those guys' fault. We're having a hard time keeping Green out of the paint.
Green's first is good. Makes it 31-17. Yesterday, Green 1 for 11 from the field. Did not have a good shooting day. Today, 1 for 2. 3 points on the board for him and a lane violation. Cancels that one out for Emmanuel. Both teams in the bonus now, by the way.
Quick volleyball update. We won 3-0 today and
excellent.
Face Flagler tomorrow. We cannot move out of third place, so everything is set as far as that goes. But be nice to. We went to 5 down there, lost by in 16-14 in the 5th, I believe.
The 21st win of the season for Bobcat volleyball. They've been excellent. It's the Bobcats. Another off-the-ball foul.
Yeah, that was Cole. And so now he and Isaac both have 2, and so now Cole's got to play smart with 2 right here.
Let's see if Emmanuel continues to drive in and attack the lane with 2 big men in foul trouble. Turner across the floor to McClung. McClung hounded by DML. Collins guarded by Booker. Green looking to drive in. Now Turner coming in. Turner off the glass, off the rim, rolled around and dropped in. 31-19.
Trust me, Coach Gaines is not happy with this defense. We cannot keep the ball out of the middle right now. I mean, that's their best offense, just to get it and drive to the middle.
DML with an interesting pass, to say the least there. Threw that one over his head and ended up.
Is that a turnover?
Going to nobody. Turnover Bobcats. We're under 4. Emmanuel ball out of the media timeout when we come back in just a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Bobcats still up 31-19.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
(31-19) the score. Bobcats on top of Emmanuel. Emmanuel starting to worm their way back into this one, though. Was 31-14. Of course, I mentioned earlier they had a 24-9 deficit in the first half to North Georgia yesterday before coming back and forcing overtime.
Okay, I thought we turned that over. We somehow kept that.
DML for 3. And a big swing there. We could have been a turnover.
Yeah.
3 points for the Cats.
That was big. That was big. We were in a little bit of a jam there. And again, we got to stop this right here. Now we're doubling the ball screen now, trying to get them out of it. But on the recovery, we got to do better.
McClung in the corner. DML with the defense. Des McClung driving in too easy. Des went for the pick. Fortunately, it paid off. Isaac was there to provide a little bit of a presence. McClung with the missed layup. Thomas going to pull up. He's blocked.
Stepped on the inline. Wasn't really paying attention. It was an odd place to catch it because, you know, it's tipped and you just sort of sitting down there. It was an odd place to catch it. I mean, he was about out of bounds when he called it.
Another lucky break for the Cats.
It is. It is. That was a good break for us.
34-19. Thomas down low to Thomas.
Now that was good. Good read there between both Thomases. And we've been having trouble getting the ball in bounds.
And now another turnover for Emmanuel. Double digits in turnovers now for the Lions.
But Ike just did a little fake back. They made eye contact and he rolled back down and had a nice lay in there. The thing on defense, you got to keep the ball in front of you, and to do that, you got to give enough cushion to where that guy doesn't run by you. And it's great to have pressure, but you got to have cushion.
The Bulls looking for Booker on the backdoor cut, couldn't find him. Bobcats will hold on to the ball though.
Yeah, we tried it. We've gotten that back cut a couple times today. Ike rolled right back to the ball again, gets it up underneath.
Same play just about, and one for Isaac Thomas.
That's just good basketball playing by those two, just symmetrically working together with their eyes. Ike went one way, peeled back the other. Good job there by Jordan getting in the ball.
How about Isaac Thomas today so far? 7 for 7 from the floor, 17 points. Can make it 18.
I like it.
With a free throw here.
I need 36 out of him today. And if we'll keep going to it, we can get it.
Emmanuel beating Isaac Thomas by 1 point right now. What a day for Isaac. What a contrast from yesterday, man. Have yourself a half, Isaac. Turner drops it off to Green. Bobcats are just ferocious right now on the perimeter. They leave Robinson in the corner, and Robinson dribbles it out of bounds.
I don't know what their turnovers are, but they've had a few here, and that double team is sort of bothering them.
Give them 11 now. It's only picked up since the Bobcats have started really putting pressure.
11 turnovers? Okay, yeah, that's a lot.
Thomas, baseline, back to Justin Cave. Ryerson's going to pull up with a man in his face and hits it. Chapin Ryerson for three. 42-19 Bobcats. Robinson going to drive in, and he'll get the foul. That'll kill momentum just a little bit, but man, the Bobcats are rolling in half number one, 42-21.
Yeah, it seems like most of their scoring is on drives, and so that's going to be an adjustment we've got to make at halftime. But we ought to be able to make that adjustment, in each possession. That's the key there. Not sure what's happening here. We got some confusion of some sort.
Working on getting some substitutes in for the Bobcats. Garrick DeBoles comes in for Isaac Thomas.
I think we got, okay. There was something going on here. The referee, I'm not sure. That took a while to get all that sorted out, but
Robinson competes the three-point play. Brandon Simpson in for Emmanuel as Curtis Robinson heads out. 20-point advantage for the Cats, just under 2 minutes in the Centennial Center. Our final game of the 2017 Bobcat crossover. It's been a fun one so far. Had a couple of really good games. Right now, Justin Cave driving in, tried to drop it off to Chapin Ryerson, taken away, and Cave came back, tried to swipe it. Instead, he'll get tagged for the foul.
Yeah, that's one of those, you don't want to foul 75 feet away from the basket. The guy's usually not going to score right there in most situations, you know what I'm saying?
In Gaines' tenure, we've had a few of those.
That tag on Young Harris play, I'm remembering.
Oh, man. Those flashbacks.
About 2 or 3 years ago, I can't remember. Wow.
42-22. Turner goes to the line as Emmanuel hits the bonus.
Again, the 42, that's awesome. That's icing on the cake. But the 23 is what I'm more excited about. We need to hold them under that 25 mark would be ideal. Want to keep this game, keep our defense into the 50s.
Turner makes both. Poor foul from Cave there. Helps the Lions out a bit. Ryerson way open. Just off the mark. They just left Chapin.
Yeah, and
they got lucky.
He just made one, and it's hard not to. Oh, nice play there by Bryce.
Taken away by Booker. Back the other way goes to Bowles. Layup up and in.
Another turnover there by Emmanuel.
With him 12. Love watching the Bulls on the fast break. You never quite know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Now okay, so we need the last possession here, so let's play good D and make them, well,
everyone pulled off Turner. They left Desmond Mitchell-Laflemme on a 6'6" Turner, and DML runs about 5'8". It was a little bit of a mismatch.
After that three they hit about 6-8 minutes ago, I cannot remember a basket they've hit outside of the lane. And it's all been on dribble penetration, and that was another one there.
Again, everything flip-flopped today. Yesterday was Emmanuel taking 3 after 3, 37 threes.
That's what they took yesterday?
In their game against North Georgia.
Wow. How many did they make? Do you remember?
They made 13.
Wow, yeah.
So maybe not the percentage they wanted, but they sure took a whole lot of them. Bobcats, we'll take a quick timeout here. We'll stay right with you on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Right now, Isaac Thomas leading the way for the Cats. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 of 7 from the 4-4-5 from the Lions. Having an extremely efficient night. Just behind him in the scoring bracket, Desmond Mitchell-Laflemme and Chapin Ryerson both with 7 points. Jordan Thomas with 5, Garrick DeVoles with 4, Matthew Quint with his first collegiate 3, and Bryce Booker with a couple points as well. But man, so good to see Isaac Thomas get going after last night.
Yeah, I saw he only had 4 shot attempts last night. And I just got to tell you, if I'm on the floor, if I'm one of those 15 guys with a jersey on, I'm going to make that's going to change, okay? Because I'm going to get Isaac Thomas the ball. And I was very frustrated when I saw that stat last night. So I'm glad, he's very efficient. He's taking 7 shots, and he's not always going to go 7 for 7, but boy, he needs more than 4 shots. So I'm glad to see him with that shot output today so far.
45 seconds on the clock as DML takes the ball, the timeout. Thomas in the lane, back out to DML. DML pulls up. Yes! 3-pointer for Dez.
Dez made so many of those plays with 10 seconds or left. He's just got a knack for that. And now
Thomas going to take the ball away. Brandon Simpson with a poor possession. Desmond Mitchell-Flam finds Booker in the corner. Into Ryerson, back over to Bowles, who takes it up and in, and one.
Chance to hit 50 here at half. Again, let's give that basket to Ike Thomas there. Nice job of hustling. Dez, nice job. Nice job by Bryce on the pass. Just hustle everywhere on that play. Garrick Strong to the basket there, too.
Bobcats yesterday scored 53 points. They're about to match that at halftime, or at least get close.
Yep.
Off the back iron and in, half the century mark for the Bobcats. What a half.
All right, let's see if we can make them take a contested jump shot here.
Green back out to Turner. Over to Williams. Here's Simpson, hand in his face, missed it. And the Bobcats will take a 24-point lead into the locker room. What a half.
Yeah, I'll take that. Again, the 50's awesome, but the 26 is what that's our bread and butter. And if we're going to be a good basketball team, that's the defense we've got to play, or that's the point total. Now, I will tell you, we got some deficiencies on defense that we've got to take care of, but it helps when you make shots. I don't know what we shot. We shot pretty well there, Sam, I'm thinking. And I know we'll talk about it on the way back, but we made some shots and we made some plays. We just our atmosphere was better, if you will.
Everything seemed better. The attitude seemed better. Just the movement off the ball seemed better. It all seemed smoother. I think that number 2 was looming awful big in their eyes last night. You were looking at that and maybe a little bit got in the headspace a bit.
Yeah, I'm interested in that, and I'm glad that we've been able to. I text Mark this morning and I said, hey, the sun came up today. It's a great opportunity in these little tournaments or classics. You get to turn right around and just a few hours later play again, so you can't dwell on it, and that's a good thing. And so far so good, but we got 20 more minutes of basketball to play.
It's paying off so far. Bobcats have a 24-point lead to hold when we come back out of the break. Back in a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
I love you so. I love you. I love you. La 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate to a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Freshman down low to Thomas. Thomas goes up and rolls it in. Chapin Ryerson charging ahead. Chapin Ryerson off the glass. Thomas on Turner. Isaac Thomas hook shot. Yes. Isaac Thomas long in the corner. Driving. Pulls up and one for McMahon. There to pull it down. Thomas going to pull up. Yes, sir. DML. And a great cut from Thomas. How about that? Off the back iron. The rebounded by Isaac Thomas and puts it back in.
Nice, very good program.
15th year for TJ Rosine. Matthew Quint from the corner. Thomas coming in. Gets the rebound. Back to DML who pulls up. Yes.
See, nice pass right there.
And the roll. It's dropped down to Thomas. Excellent play by the Bobcats. Emmanuel often struggling. DML coming back the other way on the fast break. Emmanuel often struggling. DML.
I thought we turned that over. We somehow kept that.
DML for three. Driving in the clung. Simon was there to pick it up and missed the look.
Ike roll right back to the ball again. Gets it up underneath.
Same play just about. Dave. Ryerson's going to pull up with a man in his face and hits it. Hit by Booker. Back the other way goes to Bowles. Layup up and in. Another. DML pulls up. Yes. Corner. Into Ryerson. Back over to Bowles who takes it up and in. And one.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on three.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Freshman down low to Thomas. Thomas goes up and rolls it in. Chapin Ryerson charging ahead. Chapin Ryerson off the glass. Thomas on Turner. Isaac Thomas hook shot. Yes. Isaac Thomas long in the corner. Driving. Pulls up and one for McClick man. There to pull it down. Thomas going to pull up. Yes, sir. DML. And a great cut from Thomas. How about that? Off the back iron. The rebounded by Isaac Thomas and puts it back in.
Nice, very good program.
15th year for TJ Rosine. Matthew Quint from the corner.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate to a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
Back here at Centennial Center, Bobcats rolling so far through half number 150, 26 over Emmanuel. And right now we'll go ahead and go through your halftime stats. Bobcats shooting out the building right now. 20 of 32, 62.5% from the floor, 5 of 13 from behind the arc, and 5 of 6 from the line. Just 6 turnovers compared to 14 for the Lions. The Bobcats have turned that into 22 points. It's been an excellent night in transition for the Bobcats. 16 rebounds, 12 for Emmanuel so far, 4 offensive for the Bobcats, 12 defensive. 17 assists for the Cats, and this is a great stat. 17 assists for Georgia College, just 2 for Emmanuel. The Bobcats have been moving the ball so very well. 4 blocks for the Cats as well, 5 steals for Georgia College. 10 points off the bench for Cats, 3 for Emmanuel, and 20 points in the paint compared to just 8 for the Lions. Leading the way for Georgia College, 18 points for Isaac Thomas on 7-7 shooting from the floor. He also grabbed 6 rebounds and a pair of assists. Isaac's so good at passing the ball down low as well, but today been scoring the brunt of the points for the Bobcats. He's been excellent so far. Just Mitchell Flem also in double digits, 10 points for him, 4-6 shooting for Dez, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Jordan Thomas also with 3 assists and 5 points. Chapin Ryerson, 7 points. Garrett DeBowles with 5 points to his name. For Emmanuel, 9 points for Sam Turner on 4-4 shooting from the line. That's been where most of his points have come from. Also has a 3 to his name. Curtis Robinson has been awful quiet, just 6 points. He had 24 yesterday. Bobcats also aided by the fact that Elijah Robinson not in the game today. Elijah Robinson, the leading scorer for the Lions yesterday, 25 points for them. He's over there in street clothes today. Big weapon for the Lions missing, and it's proven very helpful for the Bobcats, who have controlled this just about from start to finish with them.
Sam, what did Emmanuel shoot? What was their shooting percentage? There's 3 stats I look at: shooting, defensive shooting percentage, how many turnovers we had, and how many offensive rebounds they had. So what did they shoot? Right now, Emmanuel shooting 33.3% from the floor. The 14 turnovers and 4 offensive rebounds for us so far. That's excellent, excellent. So they had a large turnover. So we got more possessions. I don't know how many shots we took or how many they took. We took 32, I believe, and they took 21. So we've had 11 more opportunities to score because of those turnovers and our defensive field goal percentage at 32. You want to be under 40. That's your goal. So that's Bobcat. That's good defense. Again, we got some areas we got to work on. I want to see this in the second half in terms of keeping the ball in the middle. But last night, Dez and Isaac had combined had 1 more point than you and I combined. Okay. Today they got 28 more, and that's a good thing. Okay, so that's the difference. Those 2 guys have got to do that, and so I'm just glad. Again, they're the pace setters. They're the thermometer out there, and everybody else rises to the temperature they set. They're the only 2 upperclassmen on this team, excluding Bryce Booker. So 3 upperclassmen on this team, but 2 of them getting the start today. Isaac and Dez showing out in a big way, showing the young guns how to do it. Yeah, and how many threes did we hit that half? We hit a few of them there, Sam. Looking at that, we hit 5. Okay, yeah, shooting for the Bobcats, not bad at all. Yeah, and I thought last night we shot I think we shot 37% from the 3, which is a good number. But again, good shot selection typically leads to good field goal shooting percentage. Both teams back out on the floor. Emmanuel going from right to left across the screen. There's the old the buzzers sounded. 2 seconds in, you always play to the whistle, not to the buzzer. Turnover right away, Sam. DML picks up the ball. Another good start for the Cats. Another turnover for Emmanuel. 15 now on the night. Dez looking for options. Bobcats setting a whole bunch of screens in the middle of the lane. Emmanuel was able to weave through the jungle and stay with everybody. I like that. We immediately were going to Ike there. Now again, I think this is as good an offense as we have. Let Dez do something with the ball out front. Dez going to have to pull up. Ran out of time and hits the 3. I mean, he's just got a knack for that. I've never seen anything like it. Seems like the tougher the 3 is, the more he's likely to hit it. I know. So I want to watch this defensive penetration this half. Again, we're doubling those ball screens. And down to Turner, and Turner going to get an and 1 opportunity. Jordan Thomas tried to set his feet. Just shifting just a little bit there. Yeah, on the replay, I'd like to see if he was inside that circle or not, because typically that's the reason that is designed, and which is a good implementation. So we doubled that screen there, but we didn't have help on the backside. Oh, we got a wedgie. Rarely see that on a free throw. Yeah, you know I've never seen that. That's actually hard to do. Because that's that's an almost impossible angle to come down on, really. We're a liberal arts school, so we don't do a lot of physics and stuff like that. But that was interesting. I couldn't even begin to explain that. I'm with you. I don't know if I've ever seen that. 53-28. Referee says he has once or twice. I'm sure he sees a lot more basketball than us, too. So a very rare occurrence in Milledgeville today. Ball jumping around. Ryerson eventually ends up with it back out to DML. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Jordan Thomas off a screen. Jordan Thomas still has the ball almost taken away. Instead, Austin Green going to get pegged for a foul. Sam, I can't tell you how good these first 2 possessions are offensively, because you play defense with your offense. So that went down to For some reason, we need a 30th. Shot clock's at 20.
So that a foul? Not reset. It's not going to matter because Ryerson's going to be able to get the ball up and off the rim. Unfortunately, missed. Justin Cave went down to the floor to try to pick it up, jump ball.
For some reason, that reset to 20. I'm not sure what happened there. You play defense with your offense, and both of those 2 possessions, we went to the 7-second mark before we scored on one and got fouled on the other. That's setting the tempo is what I'm saying. We're a tempo team, and that tempo has to be slow.
Green looking for space, couldn't find it. Williams around a couple Bobcats. Now back over. Simpson's open for 3, and he hit it.
Yeah, again, double teaming off of that. We didn't get hurt in the first half, but we have both times here in the second half. Again, I like the tempo we're setting here.
Down low to Isaac Thomas, in and out. Great pass from Jordan Thomas. Isaac just couldn't finish. McClung. Back out to Williams for a long 3, well off the mark. And Thomas had trouble picking it back up. Now taken away by Jordan Thomas. What a play. That had to have been a block. Nothing called.
A nice hustle there by both Thomases. Isaac, rebounding an air ball is tough. And good hustle there by Justin because we almost gave up a layup.
Now Jordan Thomas right back with it. Missed the mid-range jumper. Justin Cave just missed the rebound. Austin Green back the other way quickly. Euro step. I believe that might have been tipped by Ryerson. Good hustle play from Chapin. Fell short.
Green's really quick. He can get to the hole.
Jordan Thomas out. Cole Roberts in. Turner off the inbound. Now McClung. In the corner, Williams. Back out to Green, open for 3. Off the rim and rebounded by Cole Roberts.
Now that was good defense. We got out to the shooter, had a contested. You want a contested jump shot. That's what you want at the end of a possession.
Thomas top of the key over to DML. Into Roberts on Turner. Roberts going to turn around and shoot off the glass and in.
Well, that is Tim Duncan-ish right there now. I'm going to tell you what, and he does that all the time. It's a bank shot. You just don't see it.
It's funny you say that. He said at Media Day his favorite player, Tim Duncan.
Well, hey, that's a great option, I can tell you that.
Bobcats get another steal there. Give them 7 now on the day. Alley-oop attempt to Thomas up and in.
Again, good eye connection there by Thomas and Cole Roberts. Ball fake, they saw it. I said, I'm going to take the back cut here.
Baseball pass into Turner. Off the ball foul committed before that.
That was a baseball pass from about 20 feet. You don't really see that, but it was the pass he could make because of the angle.
It hit him in the gut,
and it was a hard pass. Now I tell you, he did a good job to hang on to that.
Line shift here for Emmanuel. We'll try to keep you updated on who just checked in for the Lions.
I believe that's a hockey term, Sam.
It is. So we went 5 different players coming in there. Curtis Robinson in will inbound. Austin Samuel in as well. Jack Fitzpatrick takes the inbound. Also bringing Derek Vanderveer and Nick Scheiman. There's Scheiman. Over to Samuel. Back out to Robinson in the corner. Thought about it. Thought better of it. Now Vanderveer going to take a shot. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Bryce Booker.
I've only ever been to one minor league hockey game, so I'm not very in touch with the lingo, but I do know line shift is
turnover here from the Bobcats. Back the other way quickly. Scheiman blocked by Ryerson. And Ryerson will take the ball. And Ryerson will get the ball right back. Messy from Chapin there.
Now this whole segment looked like a hockey there. You know, we had a behind thing here. We threw it out there. We lost it again. It was just a bit of a mess out there.
No one really in control at that point.
But leads us to a break. What was the halftime score, Sam?
Looking at the halftime score, 50-26.
Okay, so it's a 5-5 start to get started. No, 7-5 start. I'm sorry.
Bobcats still out in front, though. 26-point advantage. Our first media timeout of the half. We'll take a short break. Back in a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes.
57-31, 15-21 left in our final game of the 2017 Bobcat crossover. Bobcats well on their way to a 1-1 record, their first win of the season.
Yeah, we're up 26. We've certainly got ourselves into a good spot, but again, just tempo-wise, I'm really pleased here the way we've come out offensively here in the second half.
Austin Samuel penetrating, drops it down to Scheinman. Ball moving all over the place right now for Emmanuel. They still can't find a clean shot. Robinson driving in, and he walked.
Yeah, I think he thought about calling a foul, but he sort of lost his balance. And I know the coach is questioning that, but I think he more lost his balance than anything.
It seemed like he also lost the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
So kind of hard to call travel when you're not in possession of it.
Yeah.
I think that's the Emmanuel coach's argument. Bobcats will take it. Full court press on the way from Emmanuel. Almost feels late for that, down 26.
Now we're
see if they can get back into it.
Going to a quick hitter here.
Drop down under to Booker and Bryce.
Yeah.
Up and under and in.
See, the thing about calling sets as opposed to playing a freelance motion, if you will, you can dictate where the ball's going to go.
Robinson driving in, and he'll get the foul and the bucket.
Nice play.
Good body control.
That's real nice. What's his numbers today there, Sam?
Well, Robinson so far been pretty quiet. 8 points now on the day on 3 of 5 shooting. He hits the line for the third time tonight. Yesterday, huge impact, like we said, 24 points in that game. A whole bunch of steals as well. That's another big change on the way for Emmanuel.
He's a nice player.
Austin Green in, Nathan Williams in, as well as Brandon Simpson and Emerson McClung. Free throw off the mark. So no three-point play for Curtis Robinson. Roberts fouled before we get the shot off. He'll be on the floor. Foul will be attributed to Brandon Simpson.
So in the first 5 minutes, we held them to 7 points. And so that's a 28-point half, if you will. And that's good. So, again, tempo is the key there. Let's see if we can't score again out of bounds.
Inbound to Roberts. Dropped off to DML. Dez fouled.
Yeah.
Robinson picks up a push.
You're all right. It was a drop-off from Cole, but he lost it. He got lucky is what happened. he was getting a little pressure there, but it turned out nice.
Called out exactly a ball handler. Worked out fine there, though. Bobcats will go all the way back on the inbound. Emmanuel pressing the entire way. Now a great pass from Cole to Booker. Booker driving in on the pump fake floater off the side of the backboard. Bryce very hot and cold from time to time.
Good hustle.
Almost gets the steal here. Did he get it? Oh, he went over the press table. Is he all right?
Great hustle. Let's see if he is.
And Bryce is up. Man, oh man. Little standing ovation for Bryce Booker.
Yeah, that's rough because there's a concrete wall there, and I think they're going to go ahead and pull him out just in case here. No, going to keep him in. Okay. Yeah, great hustle right there.
Gotta love the hustle, but up 26. Yeah. Imagine Mark Gaines is saying, don't do that again.
Well, we've been on the floor today. That's a good thing, I'll tell you.
DML going to pull up from mid-range. Missed that one, almost a put back from Cole Roberts.
Yeah, Cole came out of nowhere.
Rebound Simpson, who heads the other way now. Curtis Robinson driving in, kicked out. Austin Green cuts in. Back over to Simpson in the corner for three. Long, and Cole Roberts and Curtis Robinson get tangled up.
Now, again, you won't see that on the box score, but Garrick's contest right there was phenomenal. That's why they missed that shot. And then Cole actually was going to hit him for a dunk, and Garrick's as good of a dunker as there is in the league, so I would have loved to have seen that.
DML out, Chapin Ryerson in. Austin Dukes in as well.
So we're really struggling to get the ball in the. We did this last night, and we've struggled today. That's something we've got to work on.
Bobcats retain possession, and now a football pass to Bryce Booker.
He catches it on the fly and lays it in.
Yeah, we got that last night as well.
We did.
We seem like we get that about once every other game.
Kick out to Williams for three. Rebound to Bowles. And a foul on Robinson. Robinson picking up a whole bunch of fouls here.
Yeah, good rebound by Garrick there. Let's see if we can't handle this, getting the ball in again. We're not screening it right. We're not coming back to the ball. There we go.
Chris Robinson now with 3 fouls, by the way. Something to keep an eye on. .28 advantage for the Cats. Ryerson trying to extend it down low. Cole Roberts turnaround off the glass and in.
Gotta love that shot.
How would you ever defend it?
You really can't, because he turns toward the baseline, which you normally don't do with a right-hander.
Robinson sworn by 3 different Bobcats. He's going to pick up a foul, though.
That's a nice soft touch there. Wow.
Foul attributed to Roberts. Cole doesn't believe it. His third. Isaac Thomas will likely check in for Cole in just a moment. Robinson to the line for the 4th time today. It's 2 of 5 from the line now. Just 8 points so far for Curtis Robinson. Does have 7 rebounds. Thomas does check in for Cole. And Robinson will head right back out as Nick Scheinman checks in. And double with the inbound again. You can hear the coaches screaming on the far side.
Yeah, that's just
Aquino here and Garrick the Bulls. Go to the ball.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, this is not good right here. We're very inefficient in that area, and we need to change that. And we got 14 people over here, so somebody's open right now.
Bobcats are going to have to get used to it. There are a few teams throughout the Peach Belt who love to run that high press.
Yeah.
Got to learn how to do the simplest of tasks sometimes. Ryerson thought about a 3, drives, kicks it out to Thomas. Now Dukes. Back to Isaac. Isaac pulls up for 3, almost, but just off the mark. Rebound Scheinman.
Again, that was good. We shot with about 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Turner open in the corner for 3 and hits it. 63-37. Turner leading the way for Emmanuel. He has 14. 2 of 3 from behind the arc now. Now the Bobcats scrambling on the press break.
Yeah, called that all right. Some kind of, I think he was trying to hold him off or something.
And we have a technical.
Yeah, now you see, now Ike's got 4 fouls now. Okay, we got 12 minutes left, and that's 4 fouls because the technical counts as a personal. And that just can't happen, because if this is a 3-point game, we're done. We're done at that point. So we gotta get that figured out there.
Refs discussing the next course of action.
Yeah, so it was Ike had 2.
He did.
He gets a personal, so there's 3, and then a half second later, he obviously said something to the official that was inappropriate. that earned him a technical foul, questioned his call.
Well, the refs get immediate timeout to think about it. We'll take a short break, too. Bobcats still up 26. Emmanuel to the line when we come back in just a moment.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Well, after the Isaac Thomas technical, Emmanuel sends Colton Collins to the line. Sophomore from Yorkville, Illinois.
Now, on the positive side of this, we get to play without a guy who's got 20 points for us for most of the rest of the game, and let's see how we react. So that's actually, from that perspective, we can see what we got here.
Collins goes 1-1 on the technical, still Emmanuel ball. Lions now in the bonus, by the way, could be something to keep track of. Still 25-point advantage for Georgia College. McClung drives in, easy slam. Everyone seemed to pull off. And Green Pastures opened up for McClung.
Yeah, Emmanuel trying to speed it up a little bit on this, make us get a turnover here with some full court pressure, but then back into it. So again, let's see if we can't work that shot clock.
Into Ryerson. Ryerson backing down, stripped. Knocked away by Scheinman. Here comes Green the other way. Green driving in, can't get it out to anybody. Ryerson takes it back. Dukes down to the baseline to the Bowles, who almost completed an excellent pass. Instead gets away from Jordan Thomas, and timeout taken.
Sam, in the words of my college coach, there's only one person that can make a one-handed pass. He plays for the Lakers. That was Magic Johnson at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't make a one-handed pass. All right. We're going to finish up our musical chairs here, Sam.
Oh, man, this has been exciting so far. The first one took so long we couldn't get through the first time out. So should we go ahead and broadcast this one, too? We have our contestants rolling around the chairs. They're still going in a circle. They're waiting for the music to stop, and there they go.
Here we go.
They go off to separate ends.
Pep band is
right here, layup off the glass. Couple layups off the glass.
Almost. Oh, we have on the left side. Oh. Left side has made it. Left side is running back the chair. And an easy 6. Yeah.
One of our Pep band members.
Oh, congrats. Always love a little in-house winner. 63-40 the score.
Excellent job.
Oh, well done. Well done. Always great promotions put on by Al Weston. So far, looking at the stats of a 63-40 lead for the Bobcats. Again, turnover battle. Starting to tighten up a little bit, but still well in favor of the Bobcats. 19 turnovers so far today for Emmanuel. Just 10 for Georgia College, but 29 points off turnovers for the Bobcats. It's been absolutely phenomenal so far to see the change from the Bobcats from last night.
Yeah, the score is 14-13 in favor of Emmanuel this half. And so, you know, when you go in a half with a big lead like that, that's what you got. You got to play 5-minute segments. And right now we're even, and Emmanuel's doing a nice job. But yes, much better. I just think our tone. We decided to set the tone, and last night we let Queen set the tone.
Williams driving in, back out to Fitzpatrick. Vanderveer missed the 3 ball. Rebound by DML. It's always amazing when Dez comes up with a rebound by the end of it. Now Austin Duke's driving in. We'll head to the line.
Dukes I've been impressed with. Really like his ball control. He can get to the basket. I told him the other night I felt much better if Dez gets in foul trouble. He's just much more experienced, and he had a good year last year. But he's a little stronger, a little more experienced, a little seasoned this year, heading that second year.
Dukes misses his first. Austin so far today. Not much to report on the stat sheet, but now he has a point to his name. Austin Samuel driving in on Ryerson. Back out to Williams for three. Off the mark, but Fitzpatrick almost got to it. Instead poked away by Jordan Thomas. Fitzpatrick applying the pressure on the rebound. Forced Thomas to poke it away.
Yeah, good hustle there.
Across the floor, Vanderveer. Now Simpson. Around the perimeter go the Lions. Austin Samuel now. Over to Fitzpatrick. Back out to Vanderveer, long three. Off the mark, the Bulls tackled him.
Yeah, the coach was wanting a foul there. I think that was...
They might have just got tangled up. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I was following the ball. The ball went out of bounds.
Perhaps a little bit of a...
Do we have a technical on the Emmanuel coach?
No, I think that's an official bench warning.
Official bench warning,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, once you put it in the book, the next time you go back to him, it's automatic technical. Sam, I noticed our game today and took longer than the allotted 2 hours. We're late starting.
We are.
And I'm wondering, I'd like to get the women go 4 quarters. I'd wonder the time of the women's games. I'd like to know that stat.
So it's a little shorter? The Bulls going off the glass and in.
Nice pass by Dez. Great left hand by Garrett.
Garrett's just so athletic.
Oh, boy.
It's fun to watch when he gets close to the basket.
It really is, because he's going to do something now. And again, he's just very under control.
Austin Samuel driving in and fouled by Ryerson.
I just noticed now last night the first game went into overtime, so that took a little longer. But I noticed today we were a little longer. And as I was watching other games around the league, they were lasting longer. Part of that may be the beginning of the year is more fouls typically, which slows the game down. But which makes me wonder. I would have to think eventually the men go to the 4 quarters as well, because international basketball does it, pro basketball does it. So I'm curious to see when that comes down the pipe.
Whole bunch of changes here for Emmanuel. Colton Collins in. Austin Green in. Emerson McClung, joined by Curtis Robinson. Sam Turner waiting his turn as Austin Samuel finishes up his trip to the line. He'll have to wait a little longer. Robinson got the rebound off the missed free throw, though, and got fouled, and will head right back to the line.
That's 4 on Cole Roberts as well. So now we're in a jam because our 2 best inside players, our 2 anchors, if you will, both have 4 fouls, and Cole's got to come out of the game. Now
looks like Chandler Wright will come in for it.
Yeah, and we do have depth this year. We got much more depth than we've had. So good recruiting class that we've had this year. A little bit more depth.
Chandler Wright checks in. I don't think he had too much to report on the stat sheet last night. Pretty limited appearance. But another one of these freshmen. 7 freshmen.
Yeah, Chandler's got some ability. I think he got in down at Southern a little bit. I saw a couple things I like.
Emmanuel so far from the line, 12 of 20 on the night.
Yeah, they've not shot the ball well. Yeah.
Not where they would like it, I'm sure. Here comes Jordan Thomas. Down to the Bulls. The ball's blocked. What a play, Curtis Robinson.
Yeah, it was. That's a heck of a play.
Colton Collins in the corner. Oh, man. Corner 3. Still a long way to go to Emmanuel. But nothing a few threes can't change. Emmanuel starting to get back in the swing of this one. The alley-oop to the Bulls. Almost a reverse finish. The Bulls to the floor. Emmanuel back towards the other side. 4 on 5. Here comes Garrick out of nowhere. Collins fakes. Collins shoots. Collins hits.
Now, again, if that goes in, that makes every play, Garrick's play makes every highlight reel. But look at what's happened. Okay, we're playing their game, and they're setting the tempo. We can't play like that. We can't play like that.
I didn't even have time to mention how fast we were moving.
Yeah, we just can't. That's not who we are. You got to dance who brought you to the party. Ball control is who brings us to the party.
Jordan Thomas out. I think Bryce Booker checked in for him. Isaac Thomas into the game as well. And Austin Duke's taken off now. Quick pass to Ryerson, who lays it up and in, and sometimes it works out for you when you're moving quickly.
Yeah, again, on a press situation like that, a layup, you have to take that. But again, the overall mentality here, I want to see what we do. Again, we got to go back to our half-court defense.
Collins driving in. Collins goes up, and Ryerson looked like he was straight up. They're still going to give him the foul.
Yeah, we talked about that last night. That's the hardest call for the official to make because the offense is actually initiating the contact. But and nobody knows what to do about it. The officials across the country. It's a point of emphasis about that space, that vertical space.
Collins makes his first. Bobcat lead down to 19. Justin Cave in as Austin Dukes heads out.
Auburn up 16-7 at half, Sam. For our fans who don't have access to that game right now, looks like Georgia will get it in the second half.
Big day around the college football world. Glad you guys are joining us on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. If you're missing out on some football, hope you're enjoying the Bobcats up 18. And right now, fast and furious pace going on at the Centennial Center. Clock ticking down towards 8 minutes left in this one. Downloaded Isaac Thomas over to Ryerson. Ryerson floats it in.
He's a good player. He's got a good touch. He can shoot the three, and he's about 6'4"-ish, 6'5" maybe. He's going to be a good player for us.
Chapin got a little bit of an awkward gait as you see him, and there's a big three for Emmanuel. McClung went to the ground after the fact, but nothing called. But another three for Emmanuel, just a 17-point lead for the Cats.
And you said they shot 37 last night, so obviously that's their bread and butter. I don't know what they're up to, what they are right now. What are they?
They've shot 23 from behind the arc. They're 8 of 23 now.
Yeah, so that's sort of their bread and butter. But we've done a good job of holding that. I bet they've shot 6 of them in the last 3 minutes,
So things starting to get a little hectic for the Bobcats. Georgia College has to clamp down. With media timeout, we'll be back in just a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate to a complex world.
17-point lead for the Bobcats out of our second to last media timeout. And Wendell, right now, things a little too quick for the Bobcats' liking.
Yeah, this press is designed to do that and speed us up. So let's see if we can't. Again, 8 minutes left. Ike's back in. Cole's got 4, so they're not going to be in together anymore. We're going to play as long as Ike doesn't get his 5th foul, probably. Talking about the pep band today. Great environment here, folks. You come out to Millersville, Centennial Center.
Robinson steals the inbound. Poor decision from Booker. Robinson goes up with it and puts it back in. It's just 15. Emmanuel has shown a couple times this weekend they can come back. Bobcats can't fall into the trap. This one's starting to get interesting.
Sam, I believe our biggest lead was close to 30, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it may have been 30.
It may have been 30. I can't quite remember.
30, 31, or 28, 29, somewhere in that area. So now,
number 30 in the corner shoots, missed the 3. Rebound Isaac Thomas. Slow down everyone.
Yeah. Now we got to play defense with our offense. Great job there by Ike by getting it back out.
Now throw down to Thomas from Cave, and Cave will get an assist. Thomas up and in. Isaac now, 20 points on the year. Robinson down low to Turner. Turner, hook shot up and in.
Yeah, and if I'm Emmanuel, I'm shooting a three, I'm going to Turner every time whoever's going to Isaac.
2-on-1 for the Cats. Cave to Booker. Booker up, fouled, and gets the bucket.
Nice. Again, you got to take advantage of that when you have a layup situation, and we did. Nice finish there. And good pass ahead there.
Great composure from Bryce to go up with it and take the contact.
Now,
Still get that one up.
I like the substitution here. Ice got 4. We got a defensive segment coming up. Let's keep him out because they're going to go, whoever Ice guard, they're going to shoot 3 or go to his man.
Williams in for McClung on Emmanuel's end. 3-point chance for Bryce Booker.
Sam, thinking ahead, when are we back in action?
Back in action, I believe, the 17th. Next weekend, we
Next
head
weekend,
up to
okay.
Clark Atlanta, I believe.
Okay.
Face Payne on the 17th and Clark Atlanta the very next day. So a couple full weekends for the Bobcats. Robinson kicks it out. It's Green. Driving in Green. Reckless layup. Missed it down on the floor. Bobcats get the rebound. DML works his way past Robinson. Now shields his body and a great layup. Desmond Mitchell LaFlemme.
That's classic Des right there. I mean, that only he can make that play. Wow.
Green tried to take a charge, just moving his feet, nothing doing. Maybe a little theatricality there from Des. Green driving in and will get bailed out by a foul.
Yeah, we've had some theatrics today on both sides a little bit. But Dez's play down there, he was going to pull it out, and then he sort of turned back in, and then goes in with his right hand. He's just so crafty, man.
Always clever.
Oh.
Des. It's fun to watch. Of course, Des not the biggest guy. You kind of have to learn these little tricks to keep up with everyone.
Man, he is he's some kind of crafty. I mean, he just can get in there and make decisions. It's just unbelievable. Well, he's good.
Green hits a couple free throws. Checks out. Jack Fitzpatrick comes in.
Call timeout. 5 seconds call.
Bobcats take too long.
Yeah, this is just it's a problem. It's early in the year, but it's very frustrating. This is the 4th time we've had trouble getting it in. And we're not moving. We're just sort of standing there, if you will, Sam. We're just not really going to the ball at all.
Emmanuel ball. Robinson trying to get around Ryerson. And Ryerson not happy with the call.
I think he fouled out.
And he fouled out.
Yeah. So now we're going back on the offensive side. First of all, Ike's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5th player out there, first of all. We only have 4 out there. Hey, you only got 4 out there for the Bobcats right now.
Double bonus for Emmanuel. So we'll go ahead and
there we go. All right.
Number 5 in there.
All right, so we got lucky they missed that. Again, we're up 17, but 6 minutes left. I'll tell you, with a 3-pointer and turnovers, a lot of things can happen, Sam.
Once again, Emmanuel in the double bonus.
But again,
a lot of time on the line, but Emmanuel just not shooting well from the line tonight.
But they get it back. But again, Sam, the game now they're in the 60s. Okay, that's what we want. So they're going to score in the 70s tonight. That's not good for us.
Bobcats, not a run and gun type team. Emmanuel trying to turn into that kind of game here late.
Yeah, he walked. Yeah, nice call. Yeah.
$20 turnovers now for Emmanuel.
Yeah, their free throw percentage has helped us tonight too, Sam.
Looking at it now, 18 of 28 from the line. 10 free points on the deck for Emmanuel. And now the ball on the deck. Back to Emmanuel, and up and in goes Brandon Simpson. 15-point advantage for the Bobcats. Now they have to break a press, and they can't do it. Thomas has passed too far.
Yeah, I think Mark's probably going to have to take a timeout here if they score here. See, again, we can't play this way.
And nervous glances right now between Bobcat fans as things start to unravel a little bit. 5:25 left, 15-point advantage for the Bobcats. Still a little nervy, though. Now Simpson going to pull up for three. Oh, man, that could have changed things in a big way. Bobcats get the rebound.
You're right. That would have been massive. That cuts it to 13. And now we got a chance to play a little defense with our offense. And let's hopefully go to the line and get an easy basket here.
Could be a big 5-point swing. The Bobcats can pick up a couple here. Throw it up to the balls on the alley-oop and one.
You know, I couldn't see it, but he threw it up there, and I thought, well, it's got to be Garrick back there because, I mean, man, he can go get it. Good night.
He climbed over everyone.
Okay, that's huge, Sam, because we missed it. They missed a three there. We're going to give a three here the old-fashioned way if he makes this. And I'm telling you, you're right, that cuts it to 13. Now we're back at 16 if he makes this.
The Bowles does. 79-61.
Back to 18, I'm sorry.
Curtis Robinson thought about pulling up from the free throw line. Instead, kicks out. McClunga drives in, and the Bowles clipped him. And now a quick discussion going on. Robinson and LaFlemme getting into it a little bit, I think.
But again, the key there, you gotta give enough cushion defensively so he doesn't get to the basket, because Garrick had to foul there. You just gotta give him enough cushion.
Garrick with two now. McClung makes his first. Tavis Reynolds checks into the game for the first time. Interesting substitution there. And Austin Green returns to the floor. 4:48 on the clock. McClung makes both. Right now, Emmanuel is shooting just 40% from the floor, but they've been to the line 30 times tonight. Free throws keeping them in this one.
Yeah, 30 free throw attempts is way too many. Again, with that fast pace, we foul a little bit.
DML driving in, just missed the layup. Thomas gets the rebound, though. Chance to kill some clock, but another turnover. Stolen by Green. Whole bunch.
Okay.
And foul on the Bobcats.
Kick. No, they called a kick. Good call right there.
Some Emmanuel fans behind us.
Yeah.
Very vocal, to say the least.
Yeah, again, pressing, it makes us sloppy, and pressure makes us sloppy, and so hopefully we can hang on here. We got a little work to do.
Green over to Collins. Collins looking for anybody. Finds Williams. Robinson drives in, kicks it over in the corner. Green fouled. Missed a three-point shot.
Yeah, good contest there, but he obviously Green's pretty cagey over there too. That Nick turned into a he fell down over there. He may have got it. I didn't see it.
79-63 the score. Final media timeout. Bobcats have a little bit to do to hang on. We'll see if they can get things done here in crunch time. Back in a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
I guess sometimes things just happen. devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Under the 4-minute mark in Milledgeville, the old capital. Centennial Center on the campus of Georgia College. 79-63. Emmanuel's been trying to claw their way back into this one for seemingly the last 20 minutes or so, it seems like, but just hasn't been able to break through. Still a 15-point advantage for the Bobcats after Green makes his first free throw. He has a couple more on the way. Fouled in the corner on a 3-point attempt before our break.
Yeah, you're right. It seems like the last 10 minutes have lasted about 3.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, the 13, well, 14. We're like on the free throws.
That one rimmed out. But it made it a 13-point advantage for the Cats. Now trying to break the press again. Have to imagine Emmanuel's get some tired legs here, but here, another turnover for the Bobcats. Justin Cage couldn't keep it in. And the turnover total, what once was a huge disparity for the Bobcats, it's now just 5 in the difference between the Bobcats and Emmanuel. 20 turnovers for the Lions, 16 now, for Georgia College to make it 4.
Yeah, and I don't know what we had at the half. I think it was 6, so we've had 10 in the second half.
Backdoor cut, Simon couldn't finish. Dukes floats it over to DML. DML breaks a double team. DML still back out to Dukes. Now the Bobcats can slow things down, or at least attempt to. Clock down to 10. They start going at 5. Dukes coming in. Floater in the lane. No, short. And that should be a shot clock violation as Booker gets it off. He does, and Isaac Thomas gets the rebound.
Yeah, that was a shot clock violation. They missed that. Yeah.
I thought there was no way Booker was going to give it off, and apparently he didn't.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it.
Okay, they're going to. Coach has got an excellent argument here.
The one time the buzzer doesn't go off.
Correct.
This weekend.
Yeah. And I don't know how much time was left. It was very close when Bryce got it and shot it. I don't know how much was left.
Did we reset the clock accidentally on the Duke shot, maybe? Not quite
Yeah, I
sure.
think that's what happened. Because the ball, I don't recall actually. But
Duke started his move towards the basket with about 5 seconds left.
Yeah, and he airballed it, right?
He airballed it. Did not make contact with the rim.
And then Isaac
somehow ended up.
Yeah, I think Isaac somehow tipped it, or it ended up on this side. It went over to the other side. At any rate,
we'll have to find out who has the ball when we come out of this.
Yeah, I think we're going to keep it.
I think it'd be hard to overturn.
Yeah.
At this point,
Wild and woolly here at the Centennial Center. Not sure what that means, but it's an old saying.
It means it's something interesting.
It means it's getting a little crazy, a little unstable.
14-point advantage still for the Bobcats. It will be Bobcat ball. Bobcats have had trouble with inbounding the ball all night. See if it gets a little easier here. Dukes will be the inbounder. Looking for DML and a long pass back.
See, we're still struggling there. We're to throw it, nobody's going to the ball. We're sort of running away from the ball.
Dez will take his time with it, though. Dez gives the chance to kill some clock. Throwing over to Thomas. Thomas to Isaac. Now to Dukes, who tried for the layup. Might have been blocked. Either way, Emmanuel ball. Now Colton Collins pulls up for 3. Oh, my.
Yeah.
11-point game. Thomas takes the ball off the press. Thomas going to drive in. Thomas up and under, missed it. And now Emmanuel ball. Collins thought about pulling up from
a three-pointer here. We got to get a timeout.
Robinson drives in, and that was easy. He missed the layup. As easy a layup as Robinson will have. And the Bobcats catch a break. That would have made it a single-digit game. Oh, man.
All right, again, there's just sort of, they're making us make plays, and we're not making them.
Mark Gaines directing Jordan Thomas. Now DML. Pounded by a couple players. Spin move and taken down in the lane. DML go to the line.
That's our best offense. Dad's just sort of holding the ball like that. A little bit unsure elsewhere right now, ball handling wise.
What a spin move to get in between the double team and get in the lane. Des is breaking that press a whole lot easier. And Des makes his first.
So according to what the big board up here has, 22 for Ike and 16 for Des. Is that what that says as well or not?
That would be correct.
Okay. So that's
Des
38.
so far, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Great night for DML.
So those two have now combined for 38 more points than they had last night.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's sort of indicative of why we're going to come out on top here, I hope.
Isaac Thomas also with a double-double as Green will head to the line after the foul. 22 for Isaac and then 12 rebounds. The Bobcats have a 13-point lead, and that Des Mitchell-Flem foul coupled with the Robinson miss on the layup may have just saved this game for the Bobcats from getting out of hand.
Yeah, I just can't stress enough that when it gets going up and down and a lot of pressure, you gotta rely on your defense. And I don't know what they shot in the second half. I think it's gonna be better than they did in the first half. But we should be able to hang on here, Sam, with a minute 40. But with a three-pointer, who knows? We're going to be up 11 if he makes this.
Emmanuel in the half has outscored the Bobcats 44-31.
And I think we're going to put on the post game, we're going to put the person here so they can catch both of y'all, I believe. That's what Al was talking about last night.
We'll have Coach Gaines and I imagine a player or two over to talk to us as Austin Dukes fouled.
We saw the back of your head last night, and we were thinking, hey, let's put Sam Jones' face up there.
I see the front of my face. I don't know if that's an improvement. 11-point lead for the Bobcats. Austin Dukes can extend that a little bit here with 1:37 on the clock. Makes it a 12-point game. Austin with his second point of the night.
So at the half, it was 50-26, so we were up 24. So that means that they've outscored us 12 this half. So they've got 44 this half. See, that's just not, we're not going to be able to win games doing that. But we had such a big lead.
They did enough in the first half, unfortunately. And it looks like they're going to hold on here.
Yeah.
Barring something miraculous.
44-33 here in the second half.
Robinson drives, almost taken away by Dukes. Comes out to Green. Now Collins pull-up jumper. Hits it. Man, he is on fire right now.
That was a
Collins,
bomb.
15 points. Give him 4 of 4 on three-point shooting today. And timeout taken by the Bobcats. 83-73 score.
That was Mark McCorkle range right there. I mean, he's
Absolutely.
deep, man. He's just a step in front of the C there, the green C.
Collins has been excellent today. 4 of 4 from behind the arc, like we said. 3 of 4 from the line. 15 points. Leader in points for the Lions so far, Sam Turner with 16, and also has 3 boards to his name. Double-double for Curtis Robinson today as he continues to have a good start to his season. 13 points, 11 rebounds. On the Bobcats end of things, Isaac Thomas, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. DML, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. So good night for the upperclassmen on the Bobcats side of things. 30-second timeout over. Bobcats back with the ball. See if they have an inbounding play drawn up.
Well, see if we get that long one. No.
Couldn't get the baseball pass this time. And now timeout taken again.
Timeouts left. That we have one. That may be the last one there, actually. Yeah, I think we're down to 0. Yep. So may have to go to where we pass it, run our man out of bounds, pass it, and pass it right back in. If nobody's guarding the ball, I'm not sure what it is.
1:25 left on the clock. And Emmanuel did this yesterday. They were down very late to North Georgia. I'm not sure if it was this big of a deficit, but they were down very late to North Georgia. Were able to foul a few times, hit a few threes, and somehow got back into it. Bobcats still have to be careful even with just 1:25 left on the clock.
Yeah, I was up in the office, and I thought, well, I'm sure that second game started, and it went to overtime.
Here's the baseball pass to Booker. Booker caught it over the shoulder and got a foul. Great play from Bryce.
That's a heck of a catch.
And a pass interference on Emmanuel. We'll send Bryce to the line.
That's exactly what it was. Because that ball was sort of high, that was a, let's see, 80 feet. Do my math there. How many yards is 80 feet, Sam?
Oh, gosh.
3 feet a yard. It's about a 25-yard pass, 26-yard, I believe. So, yeah, it's a...
But it was that has ever been done on a Bobcat podcast, I think.
And it was sort of high. That's a heck of a catch. Heck of a catch. And a good pass.
Bryce makes his first, sends it back to an 11-point lead for Georgia College, 84-73.
Sam, this last minute 23 will take every bit of 20 minutes, I guarantee you.
Buckle in, folks.
There's going to be fouls. And 3-pointers and dead balls.
If you like free throws, welcome to the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Both teams in the double bonus now, by the way. Green taking off. Jordan Thomas keeping pace every step of the way, but finally fouls him. And here we go.
Yeah, I told you. I mean, that took 5 seconds, and now this sequence will take about a minute because we got to shoot 2 free throws.
Not sure how many fouls that is on Jordan. As Green goes to the line. Makes his first.
Green's good player. Mandel's got some good pieces. Coach does a great job over there. 2 years ago, their first year in full-fledged Division II, well, they couldn't go. They were going for NAIA D2. They would have made the NCAA tournament, but they couldn't go that year.
Back in 2016, though, they did win the National Christian College Athletic Association National Championship. 3rd place last year. Now they still the inbound pass. Robinson goes up for it. Missed the layup, tip back up, and in. It is an 8-point game, folks, with 1:12 left. Duke's taking off. He just needs to wait to be fouled, quite frankly, and finally gets touched by Robinson. Robinson got to be getting up there in fouls. Does have 4 now.
Yeah, this is one where you're sitting there with about 15 minutes left thinking, hey, okay, everything's looking pretty solid, but when the digits hit in the 70s for the other team, it is trouble for us. Oh, Austin made a lot of big free throws last year. He was very, very clutch.
Doing a nice job so far today from the line, 4 or 5.
Yeah, seemed to be really good in that spot for us last year. Really got some, when Dez broke his leg there, he got some good experience. Now it's going to be a 3-pointer and a
Collins pulls up again. Oh my God! He just can't miss. And Coach Marganis looking around saying, "What do you do? What can you do?"
Well, they're a 7-point game with a minute left, and the way they're shooting it, I mean, we can't get the ball in, so far from over.
Incredible comeback once again by Emmanuel. It seems to be their MO against teams that are in maybe a little more difficult conferences than them, maybe playing at a higher level, but they're a fantastic team and continue to come back time after time, folks. At one point in this one, this was a 26-point lead for the Bobcats. It got as high as 29 and 30 for the Bobcats. It was 30-point lead for Georgia College, 63-33 That was with 13:01
Wow.
left in this one.
Wow.
That is an absolutely incredible run from Emmanuel. And now the Bobcats break the press. Booker will sit in the corner and try to get the pass over to Jordan Thomas, but got fouled before he did it.
Hey, I told you it's going to take 20 minutes, and I'll tell you right now, I would face guard. There's no way I'm letting number 12 get the ball right here. Where's he at? I put 3 people on him right now. My goodness.
Colton Collins has been absolutely phenomenal down the stretch.
And I'm talking from deep.
Booker bounces it in. Everyone held their breath on that one.
So in the 12-minute stretch, we went from up 30 to up 7. So that's a 23-point advantage over a 12-minute period. Wow.
$89-80.
Somebody find number 12.
Bobcats trailing Green all the way down the floor, and almost a 3-point play. Couldn't finish. DML with the foul. That would have been huge.
But Sam, there's no reason for us to be pressuring the ball.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, just go right here. I mean, we open the lane for him to go in there.
Let them come to you at this point.
Yeah, just back off. You're playing the prevent defense in football, if you will.
Exactly.
You know they're going to get a 30-yard pass, but they're not going to get an 80-yard touchdown, you know.
Green hits his first. So far from the line, he's been there a whole heck of a lot. 10 to 12. Well, sometimes you got to learn how to win ugly. If the Bobcats can hold on here, it may just be that. 7-point game once again. Can the Bobcats get the inbound in? They don't have any more timeouts. They do get into Dukes, and now here's Jordan Thomas colliding with the Cloggers of Cards.
Yeah.
That was the way McClung.
Yeah, it was. And you can see that coming.
And Ryan Aquino trying to tell everyone just to settle down. Now blue shift for Emmanuel.
I'd find number 12. I'd find number 12.
And did Jordan Thomas foul out? It says 4 up on the big board right now.
Is that 5?
Do we give him 5?
Okay.
I think he did. He's out of the game either way. A couple of Bobcats have fouled out.
Let's see here. I don't see a need for us to pressure.
And here's
Sam.
Robinson taking off. Robinson found someone in the corner. It's Williams, and we just missed it. Man, that could have been dangerous. Here's a rebound from Dukes. Dukes heading the other way. Slow down. Booker coming up. Booker missed the layup. Now we're going back and forth. Frenetic pace, and oh my gosh, they left him wide open. Easy layup for Green. It's a 5-point game with 24 seconds left. What is happening in the Centennial Center?
Well, when we're guarding here on the last possession, we let them get the ball. I mean, we're pressuring out here. Sam, please. We got to go to a break or something here. Something's got to give. Something's got to give right now.
A nap after this. This has been.
I told you it's going to take 20 minutes.
Oh, man, wearing me out just sitting here. 89-84, Emmanuel somehow has clawed their way back.
Sam, this is a 2-possession game now.
Yes.
Okay? It's a 2-possession game. All they need is a stop and a score, So, and we are they're the aggressor, and we just sort of, I think we missed a layup down here, a while ago.
We did. We took off and tried to sprint. Bryce Booker just missed a layup. And Emmanuel came right back the other way. Everyone pulled off Austin Green. Austin Green had the Red Sea open up in front of him.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, man. Well, if you weren't awake, you are now. 89-84. Again, a 30-point lead at the 13-minute mark for the Bobcats as DML tries to break the press. And now wide open is Bryce Booker. Bryce Booker has an easy lay-in. Goodness, that might settle things down. Timeout taken? No. Shot clock malfunction.
I think that was a warning perhaps on us. Maybe the ball went out. Maybe we touched the ball afterwards. No, you're all right. They're adjusting the clock. You're right. So no timeouts on either side right now.
So 15.1 on the clock. Shot clock is off. 7-point advantage for the Bobcats. Long throw, swipe by Booker. Booker fouled, and that just might about do it.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that was.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it was just right to him. Yeah.
Long inbound try. Not quite sure what the thought process was. It wasn't enough. And the Bobcats, after having a 30-point lead, might escape.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be okay. AD stands for all duties. I got to get the referees in the tunnel.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks so
all right.
much
Thanks,
for
man.
joining us,
Thanks,
Wendell.
Sam.
Glad to have you on the broadcast. Big thanks to our athletic director there, Wendell Staten, joining us on the broadcast. Bryce Booker makes this an 8-point game, just about seals the deal for the Bobcats. Bryce in double digits, 5 Bobcats in double digits tonight as the Bobcats put up 92 points on the board. May make it 93. Bryce does. Bryce 4-5 from the line tonight. Bobcats still pressing. And Justin Kay fouled just because he wants us to sit here just a little bit longer. Extremely frustrated on the bench as Mark Gaines and Ryan Aquino. 93-84 the score, and more free throws on the way. We've had a whole bunch of them today. Let's look at the total here. 37 now for Emmanuel. Make it 38 after this one. Bobcats have had 16. So above the 50 free throw mark now. Austin Green, 12 points on the night. 5 Lions rather in double digits as well. Sam Turner with 16, Curtis Robinson with 15, Colton Collins 15, Emerson McClung with 12, Austin Green with 11. And I have to point out Elijah Robinson on the bench. I have to imagine wherever this game finishes, Elijah Robinson might have made a huge difference today for Emmanuel. Bobcats have been able to clamp down though, and now Bryce Booker going to chase after the ball one last time. Picks it up and now drop down to Cole Roberts. Cole could have had an easy dunk, instead decided to slow things down. And Austin Dukes will put one last layup up and in to make it a 95-86 final score. Bobcats get out of here with the win. Almost a 30-point comeback for Emmanuel, but Georgia College is just enough to hold on to their first win of the season. We'll be back with post-game stats and interviews in just a second here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Where am I facing at, right here? Oh, okay.
Sam Jones here with Bryce Booker after the Bobcats get their first win of the season. And Bryce, kind of a tale of two halves here. Things got a little hectic there towards the end. What kind of changed in the second half?
We wasn't executing our plays offensively, defensively. We wasn't in the right positions. But our effort kept us, it kept us ahead. So that's something we could work on moving forward in practice and things like that.
You guys did enough, though. You got the win. You got the win, and that has to feel good to get your first win of the season.
It's one of many. In order to win a championship, you got to win one first. So we take them one at a time. It's kind of a high-scoring game for our standards. But, you know, free throws and rebounding, they got it done at the end.
You guys feel like it got a little too hectic for y'all there at the end? It seemed like the tempo picked up a whole heck of a lot.
Definitely. They tried to speed us up. Well, they did speed us up for the most part, closer to the end. But the leaders stepped up and got the win.
Yeah, the upperclassmen had a great game today. Isaac Thomas, DML, you, of course, the three guys really who are upperclassmen in this one. What's that been like for you guys this year, trying to just kind of instill some leadership in a group that has 7 new freshmen coming in?
It's not that hard because we got great freshmen. Their future bright here, obviously. You know, with Jordan Thomas, Justin Caves, Matthew. You know, the list keep going on and on. I know I'm forgetting people, but you know, all the way down to you know, the 15th player or whatever. You know, so the future's bright, and then, you know, they have a great work ethic. You know, and they take constructive criticism. And when you playing with people like that, it's not hard to lead them.
Well, congrats on the first win of the season, Bryce. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you again. Maybe, I think it's like in a month when we see you guys again back here at home.
Okay.
But congrats on when we'll go and get Coach Gaines in here.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Bryce.
All right.
Bryce Booker with us on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. We'll go ahead and get Coach Gaines in here in just a moment. The Bobcats winners tonight, 95-86. And we'll have Coach Gaines come around here. He's going to take the long way around the scenic route. Take the time, enjoy it. After the first win of the season again, Bobcats winners 95-86 here tonight. And we'll go ahead and grab Coach Gaines right now. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the first win of the season, and it was kind of a tale of two halves. Now, are you breathing yet?
No, I'm not. I was really proud of the first half, and you know, we were still up. I got the chart here. We were up 26 points with 9:35 to go, 66-40, and they started pressing and all that stuff, and we kind of got careless with the ball, and we stopped attacking. And just, you know, we burned 20 seconds. They go to the foul line. We burned 20 seconds. They go to the foul line. We were fouling them. But I'm thankful that we won the game. I thought the technical foul changed the dynamic of the game.
Okay.
When Isaac got his technical, and you know, he said something to the ref. He's got to control his emotions, because that almost changed the outcome of the game. It changed the flow of the game, but he cannot do that. And we have kind of a saying: players play, referees ref, and coaches coach. And so we didn't guard the three well in late in the game. So we're gonna get some extra work in on Monday. No threes, and we gave up 2 or 3 late. So we got to focus. We didn't focus. I'm glad we finished the game. We made most of our free throws, but I thought the technical foul really changed the dynamic of the game.
Well, we talked a lot about in the broadcast about the tempo of things really starting to pick up there in the second half. How do you guys kind of counteract that when their team starts to press high and starts to really make things move quickly?
Yeah, so you know, they went smaller and they started pressing us, and we would prefer a moderate to slow pace. And they got to where it was more fast-paced. I don't think they're a fast-paced team, but when you're down, you know, just like we did against Queens, we tried to pick up the tempo and try to force the action. But they did a good job. They're very well coached, and you know, they're tough. They can shoot the ball extremely well. When you have guys like that can shoot, you're never out of the game. And I felt like we kind of let up. We let our emotions kind of get to us, and it almost cost us the game.
Well, 2 games into the season, what can you tell us? What have you really picked up about this team?
Our defense needs major work, major improvement. We foul way too much. I do like our first 9. I thought that our 10th man came in tonight, Matthew. Him and Chandler are like the 10th man, depending on Chandler comes in if we're in foul trouble, and Matthew comes in if the other team is zoning. And he had 3 points. We only won by 9.
Right.
So that's a huge shot that Matthew, they probably don't even realize how big of a shot that was. You know, so I mean, we would have been at free throw line with up 4 instead of up, you know, 7. And all of a sudden now it's a little bit tighter. You never know how things would go. But I am thankful that we won the game. The guys, it wasn't an effort thing. It's just a lack of concentration. And, you know, it just our defense, that's the most points we've scored in a long time, 95 points. And it's also We've given up 89 and 86 points. That's just unacceptable defense.
It's
Something
not
we can
quite on
fix.
brand for you guys. It's
No,
not
we
quite
gave
what
up
you're trying to
65 a
steal.
game last year, and so they were plus 20 both games. And but give some credit, most of the credit to Emmanuel. They really force the action. They can shoot. They spread us out. They went 5 guards, and we have forwards trying to guard the guards, and it does, provide some problems. And like I said, once they get a couple of their guys back, they got some guys that are hurt. They'll be in the mix. They'll win 20 games just like they do every year.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys have a trip up. You have a week to fix kind of whatever defensive problems you have. They have a trip up to Atlanta next week. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we play Payne and Clark. That's another classic. We'll play Payne on a Friday and then come back and play a really good Clark team on Saturday. So they'll be really good. We have to contain the ball. We have to do a better job of containing the dribble because we weren't containing, and they're getting the paint. They're laying the ball up. We help. They kick. There's probably nothing more important than controlling the ball. And, Queens obviously is really good at, driving it. And their point guard, I know his uncle and his dad, he's really good at getting the paint. He's really quick. You don't think he's that quick, and he gets by. Then we foul him, and then he's at the free throw line. Austin shot 15 foul shots and made 13 of them. So give credit to him. He did a great job against the line, but we just have to contain the ball. I'm not sure. We're just not doing a very good job of ball containment. So that's the biggest problem.
Well, you guys get the win anyways, 95-86, the final score here from Milledgeville. Coach Gaines, thanks for joining us as always.
Hey, I appreciate the crowds and
Absolutely.
just continue to support us. Jump on the Bobcat Club, and it's a great deal. You eat between the men's and women's games in January and February.
Yeah.
Man, meals are awesome, and but we do really appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
Go Bobcats.
Coach, thank you so much. That'll wrap things up here from Milledgeville. Again, Bobcats winners tonight, 95-86, moved to 1-1 on the season. Sam Jones here with you. Jason Thornton up there, up top, pressing the buttons for us on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Thanks to you for joining us on a Saturday. Bobcats the winners tonight. Have a good night, folks. Stay safe and go Bobcats.